just we thought of touching the QM in a high level, like just to give you a high level view on what is, quality management, right? See, since most of you are not working, and also whoever is working, they are not into the quality management at this moment. I think only one or two student I heard they are into the quality process. So I thought of, you know, discussing this today to, give you high level view of what is quality management, right? So let's say we are going to a shop and we are buying a mobile phone, right? So we will be look for the quality of that mobile phone, right? As a customer we will be, you know choose the mobile which is having good quality, so that we will be deciding based on many parameters, maybe a known brand, and maybe a mobile that is having more features, or maybe the mobile that you heard from your friend that, hey, this mobile is good and I used for couple of months and having no problem. So these are the parameters, they maybe you might, it might be helping you to decide, to which mobile you are going to buy. Just an example, if you take mobile, right? So basically we will look for the quality of that product. So this is what, right? So the quality that okay, I'm getting keep on people joining. Vasu, you're adding them. Should I? One more.
Who has joined? Who has joined?
You're allowing them to join, right? You're there, right?
Yeah, I'm there. I'm there.
Okay. Okay, good. Since I'm in presentation mode, I cannot see who's joining. Maybe you can continue if you have any, and if you want me to stop, you can, ask me to stop. We can discuss. Okay. So, likewise, the mobile example, any product if you go and buy in market, right? So basically, the quality is the one thing that enables you to whether you buy or not. Okay. So the quality is the key player in the market to sell the product from any. This is from the company perspective. Quality is the key player in the market to sell their product. If they have good quality of their products, and they will be able to, have good market share. That means they can sell more product, they can acquire more customers. So to have better quality, right? So any company, any manufacturing company, or any food processing company, or any pharmaceutical company, chemical processing companies, they have to follow certain quality processes. Okay. So any company if you take, okay, as I said, any company, they will be following certain quality processes. If it is a small scale company, or if it is a big scale company or big manufacturing company, any company, let's take it in any range of the company, they will be have following a quality process, because they want to filter all their quality issues, and they have to give good quality product to the market. Only then they can acquire more customer, only then they can increase their business. So in short, we have to understand this: any company will have a quality management process in their company to make sure that their product is having good quality when it is reaching to the market. Now, why SAP is here, right? So this is the question. So why we are discussing this in the SAP class? So SAP is just a tool, right? SAP is just a tool, just a software tool that can facilitate to follow the quality management process. It is like any other tool, right? It is not only SAP. We have multiple tools in the market, multiple software tools in the market, which can be used to manage the quality management activities. Of course, SAP is a market leader among all the software tools that is being used in the enterprise resource planning. Yeah. So what SAP does, right? We have to understand, of course, this. But before understanding what SAP does, how SAP helps any company in doing or having compliance to their quality standards, right? So if we go back and take the mobile as an example, right? So they have to make sure their mobile is having good quality before it reaches to the market, right? But if the company, let's say a company, let's say Nokia, right? So if Nokia company while making the mobile, if they want to make sure that mobile is having good quality, right? So they have to plan this in their company, right? So what is the planning they will make? That all the raw material that they buy, let's say all the chips and all the panels and all the items that they need to assemble a mobile, right? So when they procure these parts, what kind of inspection they have to do so that they are getting the good quality components or raw material, that they call it as components or parts or raw materials that they are getting from other suppliers, right? So those things having good quality, so that they have to make sure in the first place, right? So and after getting the right quality component, they also have to make sure that they are doing all their assemblies by following the correct process and following the quality standards, right? So and once they produce, let's say they bought a good quality component and they assembled it in a proper way, and also they have to check the performance. That is very very important, right? They also need to check the performance, whether it is performing correctly as the company said. Because one company can say we are providing 12 megapixel camera, a company can say we are providing 100 megapixel camera, company can say we are giving XYZ options, right? So they have to validate all the features that they said they are giving or working correctly. So this is kind of performance test before they are delivering to the market. Correct? So if you understand this, throughout the process, from buying a component to making a product and selling it in the market, they have to follow a lot of quality inspections. Okay, so they need to have a planning for this, for this product, and for these are the raw materials required, and for these raw materials what is the parameter that they need to check, what is the feature that they need to check on those before accepting and assembling them, or what is the parameters or what is the standards that they have to make sure during the assembly process, and what are the performance tests that they need to do to make sure that the product going out of the production is having good quality, right? So these are the major things that they need to plan, right? So if you take any company, they should be having a detailed quality plan. That's what I have mentioned here, that the quality planning, right? So they'll have a proper plan that okay, what are they are going to inspect and how they are going to make sure the product is going out is having a good quality. Then once they plan, they have a right plan, right? Then they will be doing quality inspection. Okay, that means they have a plan in hand that okay, if this is the raw material, we have to inspect these are all features or these are all parameters to make sure yes, this component is having the right quality. Okay, And so to make sure that they have to carry out certain inspection, they can use some equipments, they can see visually, or they can put it under the lab study and they can understand. This all comes under quality inspection. So they plan their quality process, then they do inspection, then they take the action. Let's say they have inspected, right, and they are finding issues. So how they are going to control those issues? It's not that we buy every time the component and we inspect, we reject because the quality is not good. So ultimately it should not be the case, right? We are not there only to reject, because we also have to make what is the control that we can take to get the good quality from the supplier. So these are all part of quality control. That means how you are going to make sure the raw materials that you are receiving from the supplier is having good quality. Maybe they will connect with supplier and they will inform these are the issues we are getting frequently, so make sure you are avoiding this in the next deliveries. Maybe in the process, if we take in the process, right, in the process they can educate the operator not to make more mistakes and not to make more defects, so that they can make sure the products coming out from the production assembly is having good quality. Same way in the performance testing, they can introduce new machines or new equipments, or they can plan it better way to have a good control on the outgoing products with correct features. So this will be called as a quality control. So if we summarize this, if we go into any manufacturing sector or any process industry, right? So we will be having this three major things in the quality management. That is planning the quality of a product and do the inspection as per your plan, and have the quality control, execute the quality control process to have the better quality. Okay, so this is about the quality management in any industry. Now how SAP supports is, let's say a company is having 10,000 raw materials, right? It's not so easy to maintain an Excel sheet or maintain a workbook where you mention if this is the product, do this quality step, and if this is the product, do test with this equipment. So it's not so easy. And also when you say 10,000 raw materials, you will be having 100 plus of inspectors and the resources in the quality management, right? It's not so easy to communicate everyone with what they need to do for what product, right? So this is where the need of software comes, right? So this is where the SAP is also playing key role, that they can do all the planning in the SAP system. That means they can key in all the data that they need to plan for quality. They can key in the SAP system. And once they key in and maintain all the data, this will be allowed to view by all the inspectors and quality resources parallelly. Meaning anyone, they can key in the material code and they can that product code. We will see this material code and other things in detail during the session. So just to have an idea, they can just key in the product code and system can prompt and say that, hey, these are the inspection that you have to do for this material. Isn't it that easy? Instead of you keeping in the Excel or keeping in the notebook, writing everything and remembering things, and turning your notebook pages and seeing for the products details and inspections. Just you key in the product code and you can see, okay, these are the parameters I have to check. You will be reaching this data within 15 seconds when you are using SAP, right? So this is where SAP is playing a key role in assisting the quality management team to get their quality planning done and allowing them access quickly. And also it will allow to have the quality inspection. That means any product that comes in automatically will be holded in the SAP system, so that they can review review and they can capture their inspection results in the system that can be referenced any time. Once you key in the results in the system against any product, any batch, then you can see those results any time from anywhere, right? So that's the visibility, and that's the beauty of this SAP ERP as well. It always keeps the data in the centralized way that anyone needed can access the data at any time, which will not be possible when you have the data in Excel and notebook. So when you have Excel and notebook, you have to share this data based on the request, right? So, and also we know that that's why the software tool is important, and that is where SAP is also playing key role. Same way for the quality control also, SAP has the functionalities that helps the quality department to execute the quality control actions. Let's say statistic process control, or the uh, quality notifications and quality toss, those things. This all we will see in detail. So now we are just trying to understand what is the industry functionalities and how SAP is helping. Okay, good. Anybody has any questions so far? Or you're at least trying to imagine something and understand and connect yourself to the industry process? Am I boring?
No, sir.
Okay, good. Thank you. Is it you're able to understand and connect something, or it's something that I'm talking very specific? I'm just trying to get the feedback from you guys so that I can fine tune myself to your level. Are you able to follow me or understand
Yes, sir.
something?
Yes, sir. We are able to connect to the topic.
Okay, great. Good. So, and here in if you come back to this PPT, and you can see that where all this QM is integrated, I have just maintained in terms of SAP. Or even if you go, you can easily able to connect with any industry as well. So it will be interacting, this QM functionalities in SAP will be interacting with material management, because as I was telling, the raw materials and other products, everything will be created and managed under the material master. That is nothing but it is mentioned here. And it will also be involved with production planning, as I told that the process quality also to be make sure that the process being followed to make your product is correct. So that is where you also integrate from the PP perspective, production planning. And plant maintenance, this is related to your equipment management, because in the quality management, they will be using multiple equipments for carrying out the inspection and other things. And it is also important in any industry that making sure your equipment is functioning correct, right? You're doing all the inspection, but your equipment itself not correct, then this is something a problem that you cannot make sure your quality is good. So a periodic maintenance of the equipment is important. So that is where we will connect with the plant maintenance module in SAP. And also it is important that the customer feedback, right? So after you're selling your product, when it reaches the market and customer, so if customer raises the issues that, let's say, you did all the quality in the industry, in the industry while making, but at the end when customer is using, they feel that there is a problem. So we have to always listen. In any company they do this, always they listen the feedback from the customers. So this is what the sales and delivery, so they can get the feedback from the customer, and they can, improve their quality system. So in this area also, SAP will support them in receiving the complaints and making the action against that. And also CBO, it is, yeah, cost is always important, right? So if we want to capture the cost that we are spending to improve the quality, right? It could be an inspection cost, or it could be an appraisal cost, or it could be a defect cost, right? We will be seeing this in detail. What is defect cost? What is appraisal cost? Appraisal cost, maybe to, if you want to understand quickly, so how much you are investing to do the regressive inspection to make sure your product is, having good quality. So that is called the appraisal cost. The amount you are spending on the resources and equipments to make sure your quality is good. So this is called appraisal cost. Like this, we will see in detail how they are capturing this all in SAP system. And also we will see all the settings that you can do to achieve this costing process and other things in the SAP system. Okay, so this all about integration, like which are the modules that in SAP we will call all of them as a module, like whatever you are seeing in the green, like QM quality management, MM material master, PP production planning, and PM plan maintenance, and sales and delivery and costing. So if for the people who is working already in any company, right, you can easily connect this, or nothing but it's a department itself. Quality management will be a department in any company, and material management or supply chain will be a department in any company. Purchasing department is nothing but the material management, and production team will be there, production department, maintenance department, sales department. So these are all called as a modules in SAP. Okay, so what SAP achieves to the business, and what is the gain that customer gets when they use SAP, right? So that is what they are saying. And it is also proven that it has good integration with logistics chain. Logistic chain is nothing but the supply chain. Supply chain is nothing but buying component to making product and selling is called as a supply chain. Okay, supply chain in simple term is raw material to finished product, means component to mobile, or you can say PCB board to mobile, is called as the logistic chain, right? How it involves how you are buying the raw materials, how you are assembling, and how you are making the product, and how you are selling this, all called as how you are delivering this, I would say. So all called as logistics chain. So when we use SAP in any company, right, so we will have good integration of quality management in all this logistic chains, so that you can make sure your quality is good in all the level of logistic chain, and it enhance the quality of products and services. Yeah, obviously if you are inspecting everything, then the quality of product will be improved. Then you can already understand this. If your quality is good and lot of people are saying this brand's quality is good, then obviously you will have more customers, then market share will be increased. then it will also minimize the quality cost. As I said earlier, it it increase the visibility of data of the quality of the products, and also it reduces the effort that you are taking to communicate the information, because it needs more resources to maintain the data when you are not having the software, right? You are maintaining in Excel or maintaining in notebook or maintaining in some other way, and communicating this as and when required needs more effort and manpower. So then there you can minimize the cost if you are using this SAP tool, right? So this is why many companies going into SAP, especially, right? So SAP, it's not only any company will not buy only QM. They will be definitely using all the core modules like PP, MM, PM, SD, and along with quality management also will be used. And all this modules will be integrated. Means they can talk each other without any intervention. So the data can be communicated between the departments, and all the necessary data can be weaved by cross department, right? For example, a salesperson has to check whether the quality inspection has been cleared. That means salesperson has to deliver a product, and he want to understand whether the quality has given clearance or not. For this, he no need to go to the quality team and hold that guys and ask. So he can go to system and enter a application or enter a transaction code, and he can see that himself whether the quality has given clearance or not. So this kind of visibility they can get and transparency they can have in the system, so that improves their quality and minimize the cost. Okay, at the end they will get customer satisfaction, of course. Okay, good. So give me a moment. Okay, so what we saw in summary is that how the industry is operating behind the quality management, and how SAP will support when they are using the SAP QM for their day-to-day process, right? So this is what in high level I thought of giving in this demo session. So you can also give me your feedback, that if you're not able to understand or if you're not able to connect, you need more detail. So this will help us when we start the real session, right? I would like to expect the feedback from all of you, so we can improvise if anything needed, or we can work more if you need more detail, and we can implement those in our sessions. And of course, during the session, we will take your inputs, and we will try to fine tune accordingly, because the intention is we have to make sure you are getting this enough knowledge to face the interview, right? Good. With this, I can stop, and you can anyone can provide your comments that how you feel about this session. I would also expect you to put your comments in the WhatsApp group as well, or you can also text me if you want. But I would prepare to keep your comments and feedback in the WhatsApp group, so that we can collect them and we can try to work on that if then there is anything need. Okay, I will give you 1 minute. I will mute you.